Very good afternoon from the Perth Hockey Stadium, where it's raining. It's not raining hard, but it's raining. And we're just about to get underway the round 11 match. It will be Curtin University taking on Melville City. Plenty to play for at the moment for Melville City as they want to stay in touch with the leaders on the league table. Just to give you an idea as to how that's standing at the moment, Reds are way out in front on 33 points. Victoria Park currently on 23, Wolves on 22, Wasps on 21, UWA on 19, Melville on 19. So a win today over Curtin could see Melville jump up into third spot ahead of Wasps. Well, they'll be equal third depending on the goal difference and whether they can get third outright. So it should be a very important day for Melville. Curtin, well, they've struggled throughout the season and they'll be looking to try and make amends and get another victory today, which they've struggled with this season. They've only had the 2 wins so far. Well, we were lucky to catch up before this game with a couple of the players from both teams. And first we're going to hear from Jack Henharan, who's the goalkeeper for Curtin University. And then following that, we'll hear from Matt Willis from Melville City. Well, Jack, as the goalkeeper this year, you've been kept fairly busy in goal for Curtin. Have you enjoyed it?
It's been a challenge, but yeah, it's definitely been enjoyable.
I mean, obviously it's tricky being a goalkeeper, but do you feel the team, it's a young team at the moment, with a mixture of experience, is beginning to learn and they're just beginning to improve?
Yeah, we're missing a lot of guys. Obviously, one of our Australian picks and then a fair few imports, and we've got 2 injuries from our senior guys. So the young boys are stepping up, and they've definitely learned that it's hard to play Premier League. But yeah, they're doing well. They're learning. Yeah,
I mean, we heard from Maverick Yao last week, and he was saying that the big thing is they've got to realise the game lasts 60 minutes and dig deep and battle for the whole 60.
Yeah, we've definitely found that we drop off in the last quarter a little bit, but the lads are getting fitter. There's definitely a lot more game sense that they're learning. So yeah, they're doing well.
And I mean, Curtin, it seems at the moment that you're always sort of hovering down the bottom. What do you think it's going to take to just get you more up towards the mid-table?
That's a pretty hard question, actually. I don't know.
Because I would have thought you've got very sort of transient players in that you have some there when they're students and then they move off to other clubs.
Yeah, we've really got to focus on keeping guys in and definitely developing from younger age, from the juniors. And also look at bringing guys in who maybe like pushing ones from that 2 spot and convincing over to come play ones for us.
Because certainly some of your players say it's the best club for a social life, so it shouldn't be that hard to keep them.
Yeah, I am enjoying it. It's a good challenge, and the good group of lads, and I'm definitely enjoying playing for Curtin.
And we wish you all the best, and hopefully you're not getting too dispirited in goal.
No, it's good fun.
Well, thanks very much for your time and all the best for the rest of the season.
Cheers.
Well, Matt, it's a very tight competition at the moment, and Melville seem to be sitting in a nice position to make a good run towards the end of the season.
Yeah. Like you said, the competition's very close this year. Obviously, a few different people around from last year. A few like kookaburras around all the time, which adds a different element to the competition, as well as just general year-on-year growth. So yeah, we're pretty happy with where we're sitting at the moment. So yeah.
I mean, how big a difference has it made having those kookaburras playing week in, week out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Lockie Sharp's not back for us yet. So when he gets back, that'll be great for us. But coming up against teams who have got some world-class players really, forces everyone to lift their game.
It does indeed, but you have had Andrew Charter come and join you, and we did check that his wedding's not going to be around grand final time.
Yeah, a bit of a soft point there, but it's great to have him and someone of his experience around the group. We have quite a few young, talented goalkeepers around the club as well, so he's been really great with them. And someone, as you mentioned, to take over from Tristan Clements, who did a great job for years for us. So yeah.
I mean, looking at the sort of run into the finals, I mean, who do you see as the danger teams? Because it is so close, it could be almost one of about 7 teams.
Yeah, exactly. 7 teams being very close. Obviously, the Aquinas guys are quite handy and will be thereabouts. Vic Park, Wolves. You could throw, as you said, you could throw probably 3 or 4 other teams in the mix there as well. It's really very exciting.
Do you look at those teams, or do you just focus on your own game?
We do a little bit of looking around at the other teams, a bit of scouting, so to speak. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's mainly about what we're doing and how we can best prepare and play as well as we can each weekend. So.
Well, we thank you for your time and wish you all the best.
No worries. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Well, welcome back, and the key players to look out for in the Curtin lineup are Jack Henharan, who we just heard from there in goal, Patrick Lawther and Rowan Bilney in the defensive line, and Corey Weir, the lone Kookaburra in their side, is going to be crucial for them. Turning our attention to Melville City, well, obviously they kept Matt Willis in the dark because Lachlan Sharp is back and he is playing, but other players for them, Tim Gears, their captain, is always important. James Day from penalty corners, and Justin McDougall, who just seems to love this fixture, getting goals whenever he plays against Curtin. Well, we're about to get the match underway. The coaches for the two teams, Paul Armitage for Curtin University and Craig Wilson for Melville City. Our umpires, Daniel Johnston and Logan Powell. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing all of the action of this game, which is a must-win game for Melville to stay in touch with the leaders. And a real test for Curtin, trying to burst his way through, and just thwarted was Matt Willis. Curtin, of course, missing Tim Howard, as we heard from Jack Henharan, also their imports not available. So they've got to show their determination today. They've had moments in games, but as Corey Weir was saying to me before, he said, we tend to concede 2 quick goals. We're all right at 1-0, but if it goes to 2 and then quickly 3, we drop our heads. There is Patrick Lawther, who I think is a key component today. Willis collects the ball, plays it forward for Lachlan Sharp. Sharp looking sprightly early on. That was a very good tackle as well to take the ball away, but not a lot on when he got the ball for Christian Nettleton. Nettleton gets the ball back again. And just if you can hear that banging, it is the building site next to the hockey stadium. There's a lot of work being done here at Curtin University, and we apologise for that, but nothing we can do while they're working on the weekend. Obviously the government here trying to regenerate the economy with plenty of construction, but this was started prior to the COVID crisis. Corey Weir, top of the circle, just showed too much, and his Kookaburra's teammate Lachlan Sharp stole it away from him. Now a chance as Potter carries forward. Good movement of the ball by Melville. Across the circle it goes, open goal there, and there's no mistake. Lachlan Sharp on the scoreboard, just 2 minutes gone. And Sharp not picked up at the back post, and that'll be one of the easier finishes he ever has. So, welcome back to Western Australia, Lachlan Sharp. And I should mention that that is his first goal since coming back. So, obviously, he's very happy to be back. Had to serve his quarantine period, and no doubt is itching to get out there and score goals and do what he does best, Lachlan Sharp. So Melville off to the perfect start. The ball now with James Day. Oh, and Day sold a brilliant dummy there to Corey Weir. Sharp bobbled up off his stick, and well, penalty corner given against Bilney, who was a little bit disappointed. I think they felt there might have been some danger as the ball ricocheted up, but umpire decided to play on, and then it caught the foot. So first penalty corner of the match going the way of Melville, and they'll be looking to add to their goal tally. Just with the Women's League, it's going to be very tight come the end of the season. Obviously, one round and a few extra games, 4 games I think it is, after the regular home and away in a shortened season because of the COVID pandemic. And so it's been very, very close, and goal difference could be crucial. James Day waits at the top. It's a good trap. He flicks. Good save from Henharan. His left pad coming out strongly. Jack Henharan, he'll be happy with that. Be obviously disappointed to concede early. Not much he could have done about the goal, but to make a solid save like that early. Played Premier 2s at Hale, was the understudy to Ben Rennie, and decided to move across to Curtin so he could get first team action, and he's certainly had plenty of action this season. Ball comes now to Ross Hall. all over the 23-metre line. Feeds it down the line. It's bobbling inside the circle again and just pushed over the side. Frank Reynolds to Hall again. Sharp leading. Maverick Yao giving a bit of a shove, and nice touch in the end from Nettleton, but it wasn't enough to take the ball away from Melville. And here they come, edge of the circle, into the circle, penalty corner. So Curtin already being stretched. Melville transitioning the ball from one side of the pitch to the other at pace and very effectively, as you'd expect by the team that were the minor premiers in 2019, who just stumbled when it got to the final stages. You just wondered at the beginning of this season, had it been a regular season, how they were going to bounce back from that blow. So top of the circle now, Matt Willis at the second battery, James Day at the first. Tim Gears stopping for Day. He does. Day flicks. Henharan, another good save. Off the post it comes. Well, that was very unlucky. Came back to Justin McDougall. I said how he loves this fixture, and he hits the post. Did very well to get that under control, McDougall. So McDougall scored in 3 of the last 4 wins that Melville have had over Curtin University. So it just shows you how much he likes this fixture. Just taken away there from Ryan Pace. So Curtin have just got to dig deep, and they've just got to look at, well, not do things like that. Dane Angwin splitting his 2 defenders, putting the ball out over the side on the far side and giving possession back to Melville into the circle. That was a good recovering tackle, actually. They've just got to try and stay in this match as long as they can. That's the 50th goal they've conceded this season. That opening goal scored by Lachlan Sharp. And this is their 11th match of the season. Almost played straight to the attacker inside the circle, but somehow they scrambled it clear. I think Mark Brodie was just surprised the ball came to him in that space. A very good touch there from Tim Gears. Feeds Willis. Willis weaving run over the 23-metre line, and just allowing that one to run out of play was Rowan Bilney. Lawther over the ball for Curtin. Bilney now. High press coming from Melville, but they've managed to penetrate that. And unfortunately, just came off the feet of Tony Ziegler. Ziegler, who was a Melville player, and is now playing for Curtin. Thrown long, brought under control by Hyder, and across the face of goal. Henharan was just off his line, making sure it went safely out of play on the far side. And that hardly came in play. It's certainly given possession back to Melville. Hyder again. No, sorry, McDougall it was. So Curtin at the moment seem to be absolutely pinned in their final third. Maverick Yao looking to slide that down the line. Gears got a touch, but it's been picked up by Sweeney. Sweeney, good pass, picks out Lucas Allen. Allen trying to switch play and put the ball into the path of Luke Checker, but intercepted. Checker has it eventually. Back with Allen. Allen, though, got underneath that and made it dangerous. Just needed to get a little bit lower as he was trying to execute that reverse stick ball into the circle. And kept in play by McDougall. McDougall now advances for Melville. Bilney stops him. Trent Potter Trying to decide what is the best option. Will probably go to Tim Gears. In fact, he goes back into the defensive line to James Day. McNess, mistrapped by him, but got it under control well, and strong challenge. That was good work by Mitchell Tate. Tate creates a little bit of space for himself. And the two number 20s coming together. William Sweeney and Mitchell Tate. Tate's got the decision. Self passes, advances towards the circle. Well disguised pass it was at the edge of the circle, but again Curtin, well, eventually it does come to them, and looking to play on quickly is Sweeney. Tim Gears comes back though and steals possession back from Melville. And that was again good pressure that time from Lucas Allen, but missed completely by Ziegler. And also missed in the forward line that time by Hyder, although he has kept the ball in play. Hyder trying to feed it in turn to Sam Gears. Goes to his brother Tim. Edge of the circle, trying to turn it. And at the free hit goes this time against Mark Brodie. Maverick Yao. Up the line, kept in play. But Day will collect for Melville. Tim Gears, square pass from him. And good triangular play by Melville. He's coming back. Mitchell Tate making himself available. James Day throws the overhead pass across the pitch. It was a very well executed one. Brilliant collection inside the circle, though just catching the foot, unfortunately, for Mitchell Tate. It wasn't, my apologies, not Mitchell Tate, it's Mark Brodie. Just see the number quite right. Day again, 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Just the one goal, the difference between the two at the moment. And Curtin will want to try and keep it that way, just to give themselves the hope of coming back into this match. There's only 3 teams, though, in the league not scored 10 goals so far in the opening 10 games. And Curtin are one of those. The other are Old Guildford and Whitford's. Bottom 2 teams who've yet to register a win as yet. So goals hard to come by for Curtin University. Pleased to say the rain has stopped and the sun is trying to poke its way through the clouds above the stadium. Bilney. That's a good turn from Corey Lutz. Chasing back though, good work from Ryan Pace. He's trapped top of the circle. Lachlan Sharp coming back and helping though. And the free hit going against James Pavlinovich. And again, great running and great vision. McDougall into the space. Feeds it forward to Willis. Willis using 3D skills, gets past the first defender, trying to feed it back into the path of Sam Gears, but good defence that time by Curtin. Frank Reynolds ready to go back into the defensive line. Day just switching out onto the right-hand side. Ross Hall and Day playing a game of their own. Good stepping out of defence from Dane Angwin. Angwin, though, forced to go back. Coming back quickly was McDougall. Adams. work by Tim Gears. He did very well to reach that as he was going the other direction. One hand on the stick, just leaving it behind to collect the ball. Sharp collects well. Great attacking run from him. Gets past Dane Angwin, goes to the baseline, keeps it in play, lays it back. But unfortunately, Matt Willis, it didn't come to him and it went away. But it's still with Melville. Frank Friendly Reynolds keeping it alive. James Day. And Curtin just sitting back and allowing Melville to knock the ball around on halfway. Piercing pass from Day, manages to pick out McDougall. McDougall gets past one defender. Good work though by Lawther. Long corner, just over a minute left in the first quarter. Reynolds over the ball again, goes back to Day. Carried forward by Ross Hall. Into the circle it goes, but nobody on the end of it for Melville, and it goes harmlessly over the baseline as we enter the final minute of the first half. Norther. And chased and Gears penalised. Bilney tries to go through the middle. Sharp read that though and closed the gap. Sharp releases it, looking for the return pass. Great save, Enharan, and another brilliant save, although a penalty corner. And there's appeals, I think, from Curtin. But it was good interplay between Willis and Sharp. And I think the umpires are going to confer, are they? So Enharan feels, I think it was Lachlan Sharp as he slid in, pinned Enharan to the ground, and he's saying, I couldn't get up. It certainly did look to me at the naked eye like he was impeded as the rebound came back, but the penalty corner is going to stand. So Melville with their third penalty corner. So they would like a second right now, 21 seconds left on the clock. Day and Willis. Day at the first battery, Willis at the second. Tim Gears will be stopping at the second for Matt Willis, so you wonder whether it's going to him. Lachlan Sharp stopping for Day. It does indeed go to Willis. Good save on the line. That was Dane Angwin watching that onto his stick and just deflecting it round the post. So Lachlan Sharp trying to get on with things. Not sure he's going to have much time. The ball was never stopped there. And the hooter goes for the end of the first quarter. And Curtin, well, they were caught napping early on by a brilliant bit of skill from Lachlan Sharp. And that gave Melville the lead in just the second minute. But they've dug deep and they've hung on. And as we go into the first break, it's Curtin University 0, Melville City 1. Well, the Melville huddle about to break up as they come out for the second quarter Curtin, some final words down below us. Is there a way back for them? Certainly they've been stretched, but they've dug deep in that first quarter. Melville, though, just having the ascendancy and moving the ball a little bit quicker as they're about to get the second quarter underway. Some gears to James Day. Willis trying to turn and gets the free hit. Lachlan Sharp immediately getting involved. Tim Gears, who won the Olympians medal last year, the fairest and best in the top division in the state, and the first Melville City player to ever win it. So huge achievement by him as the back pass that time from Luke Checker, missing Maverick Yao. Frank Reynolds on the side. Gears making himself available again. Day sitting deep inside his own half. Ross Hall wide. Sharp leading again, receiving. Looking for the return pass. Deflected over the side though by Checker. Carried forward by Ross Hall. And then he decides to accelerate, chased by Weir. Good work again coming from Brody. Across the goal it came. It's actually going to be a long corner. Yao sliding ahead, which not allowed to slide into tackles these days. Reynolds takes it the 5 metres, gives it to Gears. Gears tries to get past Yao, managed to do so, and finding the foot. Good work by Mark Brody. Another penalty corner, Melville. So 4th penalty corner of the match. Is this where Melville suddenly get their second? Scored 2 minutes into the first quarter, looking to get a second 2 minutes into the second quarter. Day and Willis lining up again. Gears has moved to first battery to stop for Day this time. And it goes to Willis. Wasn't a great trap, but it's a brilliant deflection at the back post. And a really well finished penalty corner variation by Melville, which gives them a 2-0 lead. And it was really superbly worked. And Mark Brody getting the goal for them. So it'll be interesting to see now how they react. Curtin University. So Hall, good work playing it down the line and managing to find pace. Pace, though, surrounded by 2 Curtin players, played it into his own foot. Corey Weir tries to play on, but took it from the wrong spot. So Maverick Yao, the captain, comes forward. Bilney will be closed down by Willis, but he got the pass away to Angwin. Angwin back to Bilney. Options are not many, and he gives the ball away once more to Melville. Yao comes out, but it's been won. Top of the circle, and Henharan is beaten by McDougall. Well, I said McDougall likes to score against Curtin, and he's done it again. Wonderful finish, top of the circle. Plenty of pace on the low-down backhand, and really gave Henharan no chance whatsoever. So now, and that's exactly what Corey Weir was saying, they concede a second and always seem to concede a third very quickly. And usually that's when the shoulders drop. Corey Weir trying to spark something there, but losing out as the ball just ran too far ahead of him. Now here comes Lachlan Sharp. Sharp carries it into the circle, played it onto the foot of Angwin. Penalty corner, Melville, 5th of the game. Scored from their last one. Surely they can't get 3 goals in the space of about 3 minutes. If they do, they will put this game to bed. There will be no doubt about that. And Haran standing there with his hands on his hips, and very disappointed that he's had 2 go past him so quickly. 22-year-old in goal for Curtin. James Day again, and Willis at the top of the circle. Day at the first battery, Willis at the second. Goes to Willis this time and looking for the variation again. And it was a good variation, but it just came off the post. Good save, Henharan. And it's come up off his pads into the air, and as Willis has swung at that, the danger being created by the save by Henharan, hence the penalty corner going to Melville. And it was McDougall who got the deflection that time. I think Brody's still on the bench at the moment. And McDougall just hitting his shin pad in a little bit of frustration. Could have so easily had a second. So Day, first battery, Willis at the second once more. They go to Willis again. This time he plays it straight through the middle. And it's Lachlan Sharp who gets a second. Sharp just deflecting it up over Henharan's pad. And it is now 4-0 to Melville. And 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter have really put Melville in the driving seat in this match. And it's a shame for Curtin that they've just fallen away at the start of this quarter, because they battled hard, and that was played painfully into the knee of Tony Ziegler. Pleased to say he's up and running it off. Lawther just losing the ball momentarily. Plenty of pressure applied by Willis, and free hit going against Matt Willis. Andrew Charter in goal for Melville. Not sure he's had anything to do as yet. Should say congratulations to Andrew Charter, again, who recently got engaged to his fiancée Issa, although she was the one who asked him to marry her. And here are Melville again. Willis holding it up by the byline, lays it back, trying to get it to McDougall. Good defence, though, from Angwin combining with Bilney. And a green card has been issued, I think, to Dane Angwin, although he's taken his time to leave the field of play. So 2 minutes on the side, and Curtin down to 10 for 2 minutes. That was played off the foot of Lawther. Taken quickly again, Tim Gears. Ross Hall, oh, top of the circle. That was a good, well-disguised pass to find Ryan Pace. Pace didn't manage to control it, carried out of defence by Lawther. Lawther, that was clever too. There was nothing on, so he just dinked it onto the foot of Mitchell Tate, just to break play up and get the support around him. Corey Lutz. And Lutz should get that decision. He does. The ball was played back again, and now surrounded with players just walking backwards and putting his defence, it felt, almost under pressure. Day managing to pick out McDougall in space on the right-hand side. He's got support coming from Potter. And almost found Potter, but just over the baseline, long corner. Some Gears. Willis again showing top of the circle. Day, short pass to McNess. McNess was looking to play that down the line. It's cut out well in the end. Good defensive play. And Gears just kicking the ball as he advanced towards the circle. Certainly Josh Antoninic Anton Sisic. I'll get it right eventually. He is making some good runs forward for Melville, even though the ball didn't come to him. The deflection almost working Melville's way, but Lawther takes the ball away from Willis, but then gives it away to Gears. Gears now advancing. It's 3-on-2, 4-on-3 now. And a penalty corner won again by Melville. So a real test coming for the Curtin defence, as they've really been thrown by the variations with the little deflections coming from the runner to the right and through the middle for Melville. And Tonsic will be the man injecting. Day and Willis. Day at the first battery. Gear stops for him. Day flicks, and that is a very, very good flick from James Day to make it 5-0. And Haran was just left grasping at air as it went into the top left-hand corner. So there was not too much he could do about that one. So 5-0, and James Day gets his 10th goal of the season. Still got a way to catch the leading scorer, Blake Govers, who's on 20 goals at the moment for the season. Liam Flynn on 14, but he's tied now with Jeremy Hayward and Brodie Foster from Reds, who both got 10 as well. So Maverick Lower Yao plays it in from the side again. The deflection. Somehow that avoided all the feet. Yao, though, just kicks it as he comes forward. So now Carl McNess. Today in the sunshine. Gears just took his eye off that. Luckily manages to retrieve possession, being chased by Nettleton. And Tonsic. The deflection came off the stick of Lawther, so it'll be a long corner. Josh Tonsic came forward, but has to back off as the captain, Tim Gears, says, I'll take it. Goes square today. And good work initially by Lucas Allen, but he lost out, and that's going to go over the baseline for another long corner, this time off the stick of, think it was, of Corey Weir. So pace over the ball. Happy to go back to halfway. Plenty of movement forward for Melville. It was deflected towards the goal by Ryan Hyder, but nobody was coming in that space for Melville. So Curtin can breathe a sigh of relief. Weir finds Allen. Allen surrounded by maroon shirts. Going to play on quickly. Lachlan Sharp feeds it forward. Into the circle it goes. Maverick Yao is there, out-muscled. Hen Haran half clears. And then Yao still on the ground as the ball's played into him. And the penalty corner is an easy decision for the umpire. Well, plenty of conversation going on with Christian Nettleton and the umpire, Logan Powell. Just James Day forward for this penalty corner. Ross Hall injects. Good trap, and goes the same place as it did the last time. And that is the 6th goal for Melville. and a second for James Day. And it really is Melville who are just pulling out all the stops now. So it also means that now Curtin have conceded 55 goals in the season. Old Guildford had conceded 50, Whitford's 53. So the teams at the bottom with very leaky defence, or you could say the teams at the top with very good attacking skills. Chance for Curtin, the first attack they've had. Corey Weir, good shot, and a first save of the match from Andrew Charter. Sometimes those are the harder ones to make when you've had absolutely nothing to do. Charter, though, always alert. So Curtin still trying to apply a little bit of pressure late in this second quarter. Maverick Yao, down the line he goes. Angwin drills it in. Nobody there, though, to get a touch, and it will be a 16. Andrew Charter, who was actually made an ambassador for the Blue Tree Project, which is a mental health program, in the last week or so. So was interviewed explaining how difficult it's been, the cancellation of the Olympics when you've been buoyed up for that, and how the Kookaburras have been helping each other out. A very good interview if you look for it on the Blue Tree Project. Gears. I'm sure it would also help other people suffering from mental health issues at the moment during these tough times. So it'll be a free hit to Melville as we approach the final minute of the first half. Willis takes it back, lifted that one. And the umpire's just discussing there. I think it was 16 were given by one, but then just a conversation from Daniel Johnson saying no, it was lifted dangerously, so the free hit going Curtin's way. Nettleton goes back to Angwin, finds Lucas Allen. Allen just showed a little bit too much of the ball, and Day, using his long arms and reach, just flicked it into his shins. Gears wants another goal before half-time. Beautiful overhead pass thrown into the corner to his brother Sam. And another penalty corner won by Melville. 9th of the half. Jack Henharan, again, he's going to try and ask his players to help him protect his goal. So far, there was not much he could have done about the last two penalty corners, which have sailed to his left-hand side up into the top corner from James Day. Day looking to maybe get a first-half hat-trick. He's lining up at the first battery. Willis again at the second. Oh, it's a poor injection. Gears across the face of goal, and a little tap in at the back post does indeed make it 7-0, and unmarked again, Ross Hall gets his first goal of the season, I believe. So a really strong second period for Melville as the Hooters gone for half-time, and they scored 6 goals in that 15-minute period. First of all, Mark Brodie, then McDougall, Lachlan Sharp got a second. James Day scored 2 from penalty corners, and Ross Hull making it a scoreline at half-time that reads Curtin University 0, Melville City Hockey Club 7. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. It is half-time here in this round 11 match between Curtin University and Melville City Hockey Club. And Curtin University are trailing by 7-0. And it's going to be a very interesting second half. A few people around us are scrambling for the record books just to see what the highest scoring game has ever been in the Premier League, or the biggest defeat to a team. Certainly, I'm sure Curtin do not want to hold that record. Mentioned the goals they conceded, and obviously the goals conceded by the two teams below them, Whitfords and Old Guildford. They are playing each other today, so they may be watching this game with great interest. Andrew Charter just making his way down to his goal. Just one save to make so far in the match. Whereas you feel sorry for Jack Henharan, who's had a very busy day and not much he could have done with many of the goals that have gone flying past him. Some brilliantly executed penalty corners. In fact, 5 goals from penalty corners for Melville. So they've clearly worked on that part of their game. And that's 5 penalty corners scored from 9 penalty corners taken. So good return as Curtin get us underway. Corey Weir throws the overhead, and it goes over the head of Frank Reynolds and out of play. Curtin don't press too high. Gears is surrounded, and they will get the free hit here. Corey Weir leaves it behind. Lawther drills it, but Day stops it at the top of the circle. Day missing with his little push forward there. James Day, who was actually a baseballer and AFL player until the age of 13, so again came to hockey fairly late after watching his sister play the game. Decided he'd give it a go. It's amazing how many players have started because they're sisters. Trent Potter plays it back to Ross Hall. He's no doubt over the moon having got his first goal of the season. Obviously doesn't get too many each year. Miscommunication round the circle from Curtin, but they at least tried to attack their opposition. Good turn from Matt Willis on halfway. Drops the ball down the line. Drifting into the centre is McDougall. Here is McDougall, looking to lay it across the face of goal, but Angwin was there. Plays it over the side. And that was just kept in play. Saved by Henharan. Good avoidance as it came out by Tom Baxter. And over the baseline it goes. Justin McDougall now has scored 4 goals in, presuming this will be a win for Melville in their last 5 victories over Curtin University. So it's not a bad record to have. He's a bit unlucky. He's only got the 1 goal. Hit the post earlier in the match in the 5th minute. Lawther. Well, it looked like a little shove in the back, to be honest, from me. And Lawther looks like his hamstrings just tightened up. And that's not going to be good for Curtin if he has to go off. Day. It's going to be Curtin ball down by the right-hand corner flag. Maverick Yao. And Lawther is coming off down below us. And I think he knows this is not good luck. There's something wrong with his hamstring, clearly. And judging by his reaction, he knows that the game is probably over for him. And it may be over for a couple of weeks. That's unfortunate. It's a big blow for Curtin as Angwin comes forward. That was good play by him to find Lucas Allen. Allen, though, again showed too much of the ball. Hall stepped forward, won it back for Melville. Now it's Willis. Willis looks to play it infield. Sharp, using his body well, gets the free hit. Sharp into the circle it goes, and there's another goal. Number 8 for Melville. And just seemed as if Curtin were all a little bit stationary there. And that one fired home from close range, right in front of Hen Haren. And it's a goal scored by Ryan Hyder. Hyder's 3rd of the season. So it's going from bad to worse for Curtin. It's now really how many they can restrict Melville to scoring. But Melville looking very hungry for goals. Be interesting to see if we get any players scoring a hat-trick for Curtin today. We've had 13 hat-tricks in 63 games in the men's competition this season, so there have been quite a lot of hat-tricks. Old Aquinians, or Reds as they're known, have scored 5. As the ball breaks now for Willis. And it's a good block coming in there just to take it away from Tim Adams. Tim Gears. Gears comes back to Hall. Day, who's got 2 to his name, has a chance of getting a hat-trick today. Angwin comes across, plays it over the side. James Day did get a hat-trick against Fremantle earlier in the season, so a second, I'm sure, would be very much to his liking. So Curtin sitting very deep, trying to prevent any damage. Just stolen away that time from Mitchell Tate. Free hit taken quickly. Corey Weir. Over the side it goes off the stick of Tim Gears. Tim Gears, who's the youngest of 6 in his family to have played for Melville. Been captain since 2016. Willis battling to get it, so too is Angwin. Angwin gets the decision. Also using a pretty good short arm handoff, Dane Angwin, as he was falling. Good determination being shown by Pavlinovic, but the decision going against him. A wry smile on his face as clearly the bench were approving and in his favour. And pressure applied again by Maverick Yao, and Ryan Pace having to go back into the defensive line. Look at that awareness, and unfortunately Mark Brodie not able to keep that one in play, but the ball was played there. Brodie wasn't in that space but was coming back into it, so great awareness by the Melville players to play it there and know that a player is going to be there. Hall carries it forward again. Manages to pick out Brodie once more, but Brodie loses out to Dane Angwin. Just lingering on the ball probably a little bit too long was Nettleton. He was closed down by 2 Melville players. Angwin again. Nettleton. Nettleton forced into the corner now. Looking to try and pull away. Managed to find a foot, which is relieved the pressure for Curtin. And a little bit of banter as he jogs back with Sam Gears. Angwin needs to get on with this. He's waiting a little bit too long. There's nothing square, so he's going to have to double back. Great pressure being applied by Sam Gears. Corey Weir. Up the line he goes. That was well collected that time by Luke Checker. checker dispossessed by Sam Gears. Back with Angwin, over the side it goes, and will be a Curtin ball. Bilney having to stretch. Henharan just clears it, looking for Maverick Yao. But stolen back. And the ball will eventually come to Mark Brodie. And it's a 16. I think Melville felt they were going to get another long corner. Well, despite the pressure, Curtin not conceding at the moment. Dane Angwin just letting that one run underneath his stick. Thought about going back towards the goal. Adams gets it over the side off Gears' stick. Adams again. Short pass to Angwin, who's closed down by Sharp. Was looking for the pass to Corey Weir, who's disappointed it didn't find him. You can just see how much Curtin are missing the experience of Tim Howard in their defensive line. Tim Howard, of course, playing for the Kookaburras. He was in Perth and had opted to stay here, but unfortunately his grandmother passed away, so he returned to Queensland. And then I think the borders closed while he was there. And over the side it goes, so another ball from the side for Curtin as we go into the final 5 minutes of this third quarter. Only conceded the one goal so far. Wry grin on the face of Maverick Yao as he smashed that one into his opposite number's stick. Helps it down the line, but it'll go out of play on halfway. It'll be Melville ball. And Tim Gears timed that pretty well, because just stepping off was Mitchell Tate as he played the ball in from the side. Day plays it into the foot, unfortunately off Tom Baxter. Day from the side for Melville, looks to flick it across to the other side of the pitch. And a good touch with the stick high above his head coming from Ziegler. Oh, a lovely turn by Sam Gears. Slipping it back, trying to turn. Is it a penalty corner? Well, Melville feel it is. Ryan Hyder turned, thought he'd got the foot. No whistle came, and he just stood there as if to say, come on, when are you going to blow? Well, the 10th penalty corner now of the match for Melville. And they've scored 4 in succession at the end of that third quarter. Ross Hall makes his way to the baseline. James Day has scored 2. He's at the first battery, waiting at the second. I'm sure is more of a decoy as Ryan Pace. Sure they'll go with Day. They do indeed. Day flicks high and Henharan puts it over the crossbar. Good save. Puts it over the safety fence behind the goal as well, so he made sure it was going nowhere near the top of his goal. Tim Gears. Short pass out wide, it's still alive. A great save, Henharan again. Well, that was brilliant by him, and he saves once more. The ball is still in play, and it's cleared over the sideline by Maverick Yao. But what a save that was to deny Antonsic. Gears managing to find Brodie. Brodie being forced away from the circle. Pace, short pass, and there's a great opportunity. It's going to bobble in, and it will be a goal that time scored for Lachlan Sharp, so he gets his hat-trick in this match. Opened the scoring in just the second minute, Lachlan Sharp, and now gets one in with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So he becomes the 14th scorer of a hat-trick this season. So no doubt Lachlan Sharp has come back fresh as a daisy. Potter under pressure, falling. Curtin desperate to steal possession. And that's going to run just too far ahead of Luke Checker. Right idea though from Tom Baxter. And the aerial pass not coming off that time for Antoncic. Weir throws the aerial to the far side. And the free hit goes Curtin's way. Coming across, saying, I'll take this, is Nettleton. Angwin just left the ball behind as he was trying to play that towards the circle. Bobbling, but there's numbers now for Melville. Angwin, though, that's a very good intercept. Maverick Yao, can Curtin catch Melville on the break here? They push numbers forward. Yao trying to get inside the circle. Over the baseline it goes off Antoncic. It's a long corner to Curtin. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Comes back to Rowan Bilney. He'll smash that towards the circle. Deflects. Was off the stick, not the shin pads. And the free hit goes the way. Day throws it over the top. Sam Gears is underneath it, but he's not going to get there. Hen Haren's just going to shepherd that one out of play. Gears got the final touch. And that may well be the last play of the third quarter. Good work by Hen Haren. And yeah, Curtin in no hurry to take the 16, and the players already making their way to the dugout. So a better quarter really for Curtin. They only conceded 2 in that one. Ryan Hyder getting the 8th goal, and then Lachlan Sharp completing his hat-trick with the 9th in the 43rd minute. So as we go into the final break, it's Curtin University 0, Melville City 9. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium, the final quarter of this round 11 match between Curtin University and Melville City about to get underway. It's a foregone conclusion, the result. It will be a win for Melville, a win that will see them jump up to 3rd spot on the ladder, because they'll go from 19 points to 22 rather, and it will just come down to goal difference against Wolves, so they'll jump ahead of Wasps, who are on 21 points. Curtin get the final quarter underway. The big question is, can they keep a clean sheet in this last 15 minutes, or can they even break the Melville defence? Lachlan Sharp already has a hat-trick for Melville. James Day sitting on 2 goals at the moment. Was drilled towards the circle. Ryan Hyder, though, with a brilliant forward defensive shot. It just ran through the slips and over the side. Maverick Yao, he will want his team to dig deep. Don't know what the record score is. There have been a few 11-0s we can recall, but he will not want his team to be on to anywhere close to the records for the biggest defeat Melville well in control in this match, and no doubt there'll be plenty of the other teams at the top of the table watching their performance today and just trying to pick up a few hints as Lachlan Sharp back in the fray, working his way along the baseline, played it into the shins, looked as if he was going to try and take it around Hen Haran, but instead the penalty corner has been given. A good advantage played, in my opinion, by Daniel Johnston, as he played it into the shin, kept running, but then when the attack broke down, the penalty corner was given. So Ross Hall ambles down to the baseline. James Day is at the first battery and Matt Willis at the second. Willis has been pretty much starved at many attempts from penalty corners. I'm sure he's saying, let me have a go. I want to get on the score sheet too. And it does come to him this time. Willis flicks, Hen Haran saves. Rebound comes back to Sharp. Comes back to Willis again, but is denied. Great defensive work by Curtin. Weir plays it forward now, and Baxter has space. Baxter can advance. Coming back, though, really quickly was Tate. And Tate has hit his foot as they go into the circle. Baxter shoots. Good save from Charter. It was into the turf, and it took the pace off the shot. Chance, though, now for McDougall. As Melville looked to come back on the attack. Willis cuts infield, left Maverick Yao in his wake. Willis, though, surrounded by orange shirts. Somehow the ball came to McDougall, and he just couldn't take it into the circle. Calling for the ball was Checker. Credit to Baxter, who really tried to make something of that. Tom Baxter, just 19 years of age, made his debut in the first game of 2018 season for Curtin. Another penalty corner. 12th of the match for Melville. And Hen Haran again has to just wait as his players around him wearily put their protective gear on. Definite case of deja vu. So once more, it's the same two players in the same two positions. Day at the first battery, Willis at the second, comes in quickly. Day flicks, there's his hat-trick. So he gets the 15th hat-trick of the season in this competition, but also he gets the 10th goal for Melville. So Melville absolutely cruising now. They've been cruising pretty much after the second quarter, where they really just tore the game apart with 6 goals in 15 minutes. Can Curtin get a consolation? That's what we're hoping for, just to give them something to talk about at the end of the day. Maverick Yao, his pass was easily collected there by Sam Gears. Day, again, just a flick of the wrists, over the top it goes. Sharp is giving chase, so too is Corey Weir. Weir will let that one run. Sharp's given up the ghost already. And it comes from Lithgow. And of course there was a very famous athlete from Lithgow, the Lithgow Flash. Angwin, who's never given up today. He's really battled as that's played into his shins by Tim Gears. Comes wide again to Matt Willis. Willis into the path of Gears. Gears lost it. Just took his eye off it. Was already playing the pass, I think, as Weir finds Baxter now. Down the line it goes, and very nearly made the way through to Luke Checker. Checker playing on quickly. Ross Hall, close attendance. Ross Hall, who started his hockey at age 3 and at 14 was in his first WA side. So plenty of experience on the shoulders and in the head of Ross Hall. So still coming forward. Melville looking for more goals. Corey Weir over the ball, not too many options, so again he throws it out to the right hand side wide, and it's picked up again by Ross Hall. Angwin, and good work again, determination from Liam Sweeney. Sweeney tries to play it into the circle, and it caught the foot of Luke Checker. Gears now, a little bit of space for him, comes wide again to Brody. Allen is going to be penalised for that stick check. Those of you who don't know who the Lithgow Flash was, it was Marjorie Jackson, the famous sprinter from Australia. Also hailed from that part of New South Wales. Allen just not able to get that under full control. Edge of the circle, battling away is Maverick Yao, and it's he that gets the decision. Mark Brody penalised that time, much to the relief of the Curtin supporters. It's gone out over the side, so it'll be a Melville ball just outside their 23-metre line. Just approaching the halfway stage of the final quarter. Can Curtin hang on? Can they find a goal from somewhere? Or are there more goals left in this match for Melville? Corey Weir coming forward. Good stick skills from him. Weir pulling Reynolds one way, then the other. Slips a beautiful pass, but it was brilliantly read and cut out by Ryan Pace. And Curtin, their shoulders dropped at that decision. They felt it was theirs. You physically could see the shoulders just sag on several of the players. Well, that will be their ball. Adams will get it from the side. And sadly, we haven't seen the re-emergence of Patrick Lawther. So his hamstring injury clearly then is as serious as we thought. We wish him a speedy recovery. But you could just tell the reaction as he went off. He knew that something pretty bad was wrong. Down the line looking for the run of Allen, but never got it under control, and Toncic does well. Good stick control from him. Goes back, and Mitchell Tate eventually takes it over the side. So, well, Curtin were trying to play on with it quickly. I mean, there's the self-pass rule, but you are supposed to take it from the spot where the ball goes out of play, and they just took it from about 7 or 8 metres too far ahead. Lucas Allen now trying to create something for Curtin. Turns, and it's gone up off the foot. Quickly into the circle, across the face of goal. Nobody was there though, and Angwin desperately trying to keep it in play, and almost goes over the fence. Well, that was probably their best chance, but Charter looked as calm as ever as he just watched it sail across past his goal with nobody there to tap it in. Pace trying to turn, and ball being stolen by Baxter. It's gone over the side, but the decision has gone Curtin's way. So Bilney now making his way forward. Bilney just being told to put the ball on the sideline. Soft passes, looks to slide that one in, but straight down the barrel, and it was easily cut out that time by Kyle McNess. Tate again, good work by him down the side, and that looked as if it just caught his foot, but somehow he got away with that one. Just the way the ball bobbled, it looked as if it had come up, caught the toe of his foot. Corey Weir, a flick of the wrist to try and find Maverick Yao. Yao brings it down well. Into the circle it goes. Long corner to Curtin. Weir makes his way forward. We're into the final 5 minutes of this match. Weir into the circle. Nobody able to get a touch, and you may have just picked up the groan from Maverick Yao, who was trying to get into that space where Weir had played it, but arrived a couple of seconds too late. Allen pushes the ball wide. Curtin have not given up the ghost of a goal yet. Good work down the flank from Ziegler. Ziegler along the baseline, looks to pull it back. It'll come to Angwin. Angwin, can he get a shot away? Turns, shoots. Good save by Charter. Credit to Curtin. They've kept coming and they've kept battling, and they're going to take this all the way to the end of the match, and they've now won a penalty corner. Yep, and that Dane Angwin just making his point, just stepping out the 5 metres, and the Melville player was not 5 metres, he was indeed 4 metres away, probably 3.5, because he moved after the penalty corner was given. So the first penalty corner of the match for Curtin, and there are 3.5 minutes left. So that just tells you how much pressure they have been under in this match. Corey Weir is usually their preferred option, and he is, not surprisingly, lining up at the top of the circle. Can he beat his Australian teammate Andrew Charter? Charter will not want that to happen at all. Hush comes over the ground. The ball comes in. Weir flicks it low. Saved on the line. It's still alive for Baxter. Baxter trying to keep it inside the circle. Has to go outside. Drills it back in. But players there for Melville. And then a little push in the back from Baxter. And Antoncic hitting the deck. Probably a little bit easier maybe than it needed to be. But Antoncic now has the ball coming forward for Melville. Up the line it goes. McDougall. Infield. Oh, and just running away. In fact, he's kept it in play. Henharen's missed it. Well, that was really good play by Ryan Hyder. He'd given up the ghost. The ball just didn't run over the baseline. And he managed to steal it back. And it evaded the pad of Henharen, but then Curtin managed to clear. So drama right to the end in this match. Lucas Allen gets a lucky bounce. Maverick Yao will cut infield. James Day, though. And now Lachlan Sharp. Sharp bursting forward. Sharp at pace. Feeds it to his captain, Tim Gears. And that's an 11th goal. Tim Gears gets his first of the match. And it's also, I believe, Tim Gears' first of the season. So 11-0. And the captain may well have been the player to round off the scoring, because we have just under 2 minutes left. Well, we said there'd been a few scores of 11-0 before in the Premier 1 grade. Not sure if there's been anything over that in recent times. This has been a demolition job by Melville. They've been clinical, they've defended well. Charter's only had probably 2 saves to make the whole game. And Jack Henharen, he's been peppered throughout. And here they come again. McDougall, just a miscommunication with Willis there. So it's been a good day at the office for Melville, and this will see them climb up the ladder. And this man coming back in their team's made a big difference, Lachlan Sharp. He comes back to Sharp again, and that was into the legs of Corey Weir before the ball hit the back of the goal, and so it will be another penalty corner for Melville. Their 13th of the match, and we are in the final minute. Can they make it 12? Ross Hall has a spring in his step as he makes his way to the baseline. James Day and Matt Willis wait once more at the top of the circle. It looks as if it's going to be Day again because Willis looks very relaxed. It is indeed. It's a mistrap by Gears though. Corey Weir coming back to try and steal possession. Good work being done once more by Mitchell Tate. Tate continues to keep going, feeds it to Day, into the circle it goes, and Bilney deflects it over the baseline. So it'll be a long corner. James Day wants to take it quickly, advances. Weir, well, umpire deems he was the 5 metres. He feeds the ball forward. It's going to come to Checker now. Good pass that was. Checker going into the circle, but Tim Gears was back, and well, was that off a foot? Shot comes in, Charter saves, and it's just dribbled over. Be a long corner, but there'll be no time to take it as the hooter goes. Spirited to the end from Curtin, but emphatically clinical by Melville as they managed to absolutely destroy Curtin's hopes of any form of victory. 2 hat-tricks, one to Lachlan Sharp, one to James Day. Goals otherwise to Brodie, McDougall, Hall, Hyder and Tim Gears, meaning that Curtin were taken to the cleaners as Melville finished this match winning the game against Curtin by 11 goals to 0. The final score, Curtin University 0, Melville 11.